Hello, and welcome to another Mythology Monday with me, your host, Alice. As you know, we have now been working our way through the Mythopedia book, where we're talking about the mythology, animals and stories in here that I find fun and entertaining. And we're just working our way through mythologies of the world since I decided to get a giant stack of mythology books from around the world for some new inspiration, and I'm having a blast with them, so I'm sharing them with you lovely people. And today we are going to talk about a particular mythology creature in this book called Kumiho, which is a nine-tailed fox. Now, you probably have seen this nine-tailed fox before. I mean, here's an image from Pokemon. So it's all over the place, and it actually stems from several different places. It's one of those stories that you can find in a bunch of different cultures. It's found in Japanese culture, in Chinese culture, and Korean culture. But the one that we're going to be talking about today is the Korean one, which is actually the darkest and creepiest of all of the different stories. So I'm going to show you this one, because in this one, the nine-tailed fox is deadly and liver-devouring, is described as deadly liver-devouring nine-tailed fox of Korea. So in this particular one, as so many of these animals do in the stories, this one has shape-shifting ability, and it's often disguised as a young girl, and it will disguise itself as a pretty woman in order to get men to come to it so it can devour their livers. But the tale that is in this book is actually where a husband and a wife were so desperate to have a daughter after having 3 sons that they said they prayed and they said they would take any daughter even if she was a fox. And then when she gets older, their cows start to die and all of them are missing their livers. And so her brothers are put up at night to watch the cattle and to see what is happening and why the cows keep dying. And all 3 of the brothers on separate occasions catch their sister eating the liver of a cow and tell their dad. And he refuses to believe them and throws them all out of the house. And so one by one, they're exiled from their home, and then they come together to try to prove to their father that in fact their sister is doing this. And when they approach her together at night, she turns into the nine-tailed fox, and then they have to try to defeat her. And they ultimately do, because they went into town, the 3 of them, and they got some potions from a medicine person and were able to throw them on their sister and turn her into like ash and turn her into different things. First they threw water so she couldn't cross, and then they threw something else so she couldn't get away, and she ends up turning into a mosquito and flying back into the woods. It's, as always, these are kind of scary, but I think one of the purposes of this one is that they also say that the way the foxes are created is they live for 1,000 years, grow 8 separate tails, and start eating liver. So we don't have to worry about that, because I don't think foxes live to be 1,000 years old. But in some other variations as well, they say it has to eat 1,000 livers of a human to turn back into a human and be, not cursed any longer. So there's a lot of darkness into this one. So this is definitely one of the darker stories I found in this book so far. But I mean, I had to share it because so many of us know the nine-tailed fox from the cute Pokemon pictures, and I needed to ruin that for you. So thanks for joining me on this Mythology Monday, and I hope you have a great day, and I hope you don't run into any nine-tailed foxes in your journeys. Have a good day and happy reading.